Welcome to the Inspired Riding Podcast. I'm your host, Beth Lauren Parrish. In this podcast, I am interviewing Nicole Parks. Nicole Parks is an equine-assisted life and weight loss coach. She is certified as a consistency coach as well as with the International Life Coach Federation. Nicole is an Emmy Award-winning journalist with a master's degree in broadcast journalism. Her career has spanned from CNN.com to the Weather Channel and other various television stations around the country. Nicole works with equestrian women who have tried every diet under the sun, yo-yo diets stuck in the cycle of losing and gaining, older women who think they can't possibly lose weight, and women who suffer from emotional overeating. Her program requires no special foods, no potions or pills, and no exercise that you aren't already doing. She partners with 1,000-pound weight loss coaches who helped teach her about awareness and heart-based living. As a result, she has lost 28 pounds and has kept it off. Now she brings this wisdom, paired with brain science, to her clients in the first and only weight loss program of its kind. This unique program uses the power of the herd to help horse lovers get lighter and have more fun with their equine companions. Nicole, thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to have you.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here, and that was a lovely introduction. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm glad you liked it. Nicole, so how did you get started helping equestrians lose weight?
I actually left my job after an entire career of journalism, and I was stressed out. I was overweight. I had high blood pressure. It was just not a good situation. But I realized that every time I was around my horses, I have 2 horses, I felt better. And because I wasn't working, I was able to spend a lot more time with the horses than I had before. And as I felt better, I decided, there's this thing called equine-assisted life coaching, and I want to learn how to do it. And so I started studying that, and the weight just started pouring off me to the point where I thought I was sick.
Wow.
I couldn't figure it out because it just never had happened before. And what I realized is that I had taken my difficulties and taken them and turned them around into things that helped me. I used those horses and the partnership I had with them to align my heart, my mind, and my gut in order to simply be authentic. And once I became authentic, the weight began to release from my body, and it was natural. It was simply because I was thinking differently. I was being different, a different person, and the weight just couldn't stay around. It wasn't necessary anymore. So that's how it happened. And as I trained as an equine life coach, I learned more and more about horse wisdom. I learned more and more about brain science and positive psychology. And I just take all those things and weave them together into this program that will help people. It's far more than weight. It's releasing emotional baggage and opening your heart.
That's absolutely beautiful. And if you guys did not know, I've actually been coached by Nicole, and I've lost about 20 pounds and have kept it off myself. And It's amazing that she helps you get to the root cause of what's going on with overeating. And it's been one of the most incredible journeys. And I never thought it was possible until I met Nicole.
Thank you so much. It's possible for anyone. Anyone can do this as long as they're willing to be present and do the deep work. Because it's really not about the food. Most people by this time in their journey know how to eat. They just simply don't do it. And they don't do it because there are root causes. The diets are just Band-Aids over gaping wounds. And when you address the wound, it heals, and there's no need for the Band-Aid anymore.
Oh, I love the way you put that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, what are some success stories that come to mind with your clients?
Oh, well, you're a great success story. Uh, Beth just does everything I ask her to do with great enthusiasm and accuracy. So you're my best success story. But
Thank you.
uh, I think the success stories are the weight losses have been pretty profound. And what people tell me is that that's just part of the story. And that's what makes me so happy, that they start doing different things in their life. They see different possibilities in their life, and they open up and they begin doing new things that they never thought they could do. So that's really where my success comes in, and my joy in this journey is watching people become their full potential, bring their full potential to the forefront. That's the joy.
So beautiful. How has your intuition helped you with your coaching?
Oh my goodness. That's such an interesting question. And I'm so glad you asked, because most people wouldn't ask that. It is 100% part of my coaching. I go into my heart with each person and I love them to the most of my ability, 100%. And I allow my heart to guide me and what to say to them, what questions to ask, how to uncover their belief systems in a gentle but firm way that leads them down their own path to their intuition as well. And one of the things about coaching that people may or may not know is when you're together with the person that you're coaching, it's greater than the sum of its parts. Something happens in the room, something happens in the Zoom. It just allows in greater heart intelligence, greater body intelligence, and of course your mind is working on all cylinders because you are safe, you are 100% supported, and that makes all the difference. Intuition is key.
Absolutely. And I just got full body chills when you said you do it all from love and in your heart space. And that's, of course, what I love to do with all of my clients as well. So that is
I
one of
felt
the many reasons why we get along so well.
correct.
So, what would be one of the most important things to remember on a weight loss journey?
Well, do you recall what my number one rule is?
I believe it was don't be hard on yourself.
Right. Don't beat yourself up. That's so important. And the minute somebody works with me, that's the first thing I tell them is don't beat yourself up. You're not allowed to do that anymore in our journey together, because it doesn't help. It only creates a cycle of vicious overeating and self-loathing. And that is not going to help you do anything with your weight. So that's the number one thing. The number two thing is, and this is corny, but we're talking about love. I believe that you have to love yourself then. You cannot lose weight and keep it off. You can lose weight, but you can't keep it off if you haven't learned how to love yourself 100%. And know in your heart of hearts and in your intuition and in your mind that you are 100% worthy.
That is so awesome. And actually, you just mentioned that to me recently in a comment in your group. And I've been using that now. I literally put my hands on my belly and I say, I am loving myself thin.
Oh, that's great. I'm so happy to hear that. That will work.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's really, really fun to play with. And that's something that I feel like your program really helps give permission for people to play and experiment. It's not so rigid. I mean, of course, you have certain parameters to help people, but you really encourage experimentation, which I think is really crucial when you're tuning into your intuition and trying to find the right way to help yourself.
Well, thank you so
On this
much.
journey. You're welcome.
It's one of my favorite things to do. I mean, the power of creativity is so immense, and people don't get to play much in life these days. They're so
true.
busy. And, that's another thing that the horses bring to the table, is the power of play and creativity and experimentation. And I think that it's key. It's absolutely key to make weight loss fun. It's not going to be 100% fun all the time. Of course, it's a little bit of work.
Sure.
But if you can bring fun and joy and play into it, you're going to succeed.
Totally. And yeah, that was something I discovered. If I make it a game and give myself points, and that was really a fun thing. You had sent me what's called a half halt jar. Can you explain that a little bit?
Oh, of course. Thank you. It was the half halt jar is a tool in your tool belt, and anyone can do it. You can get yourself a clear jar and 100 pieces of anything. It can be paper clips, it can be marbles, glass balls, anything that you have 100 of. And every time you crave something, every time you want that chocolate bar, every time you want that snack in the mid-afternoon, or something else that isn't going to help you on your path, and you allow yourself to want it, but you don't meet the urge, you don't give it to yourself, then you put one of those objects in the clear glass jar. And there's something about brain science. Our brains love to collect things. It's just part of our nature. And so this little bitty trick, it's really kind of a mind hack, gives you joy, gives you a sense of completion, and gives you a dopamine hit. And dopamine is the seeking chemical, the chemical that tells you you're about to feel good. So as those little pieces of your urges that represent your urges accumulate, you become stronger. You're building neural pathways in your brain that will become stronger and stronger every time you put that rock or that pebble and marble piece in that jar and you look at it. So once you collect 100 of those, you're on your way. You're getting to be a master of handling urges. So I highly recommend it. And the reason I call it a half halt jar is, we rebalance the horse. We rebalance our energy. We don't stop, but we halt. We stop a little bit and rebalance and think about what we're doing, just as we do this with the horse. So hence, it's the half halt jar for your cravings.
I think that's so clever. And that was such a beautiful surprise that you sent that to me. So I really appreciated that.
Thank you. It's one of my favorite things.
So cool. So we talked about the horses briefly. What else have the horses taught you about life that applies to your coaching?
Well, horses are energetic mirrors for us. And they're also very beautiful mirrors that show us ourselves in a non-threatening way, in terms of, when something isn't maybe that pretty about us, or something we're not. So I'm talking about inside, not outside. Maybe we have a block in some area, or a belief that holds us back. The horses will show us that as we work with them. And one of the things in my program that I have not been able to do because of COVID is bring people to the horses and actually work with them. That's something I'm really looking forward to doing, because the horses can lock in the learning. You will embody your future self once you're with the horses very easily, and access your heart intelligence with the horses. You know how you lose time at the barn? You're in flow.
Yes, that's the eternal barn time. I'll be there for just a minute. Ha ha ha.
Right. And we're there for the entire day. And our husband says, "Where have you been?" That's what you want to create. That feeling is what you want to create in your own body all the time. And it is accessible to you as even when you're outside the barn. And that will help you lose weight as well. So that's some of the stuff. Horses teach us about mindfulness, how to be present, awareness, and all these things are absolutely crucial to a weight loss journey. You must be present. You must be mindful of what you're doing. You must have gratitude and appreciation for what you're doing. And horses teach that as well, because who doesn't feel good when they're with their horse and they're smelling that smell and they're scratching them and loving them? All these things are transferable to the weight loss journey.
Totally. And it's similar to when I say to people, if they've had an amazing ride, I said, well, never get off the horse in your mind. Like, just keep that flowing.
Same thing, Beth, same.
Yes.
And it works. So you talk about bookmarks, I know.
Yes.
And that's, if you don't mind, tells people what those are. And that's the same thing that we do with the weight loss.
Oh, sure. Well, the bookmark theory is that when you want to call in a feeling inside of your body, let's say you're feeling maybe a little bit anxious or nervous, you want to call in your most confident, amazing self. So what you do is when you're not near your horse, you just imagine the most confident, amazing feeling. And it could be from any time in your life. It doesn't have to be with horses. And you just let it fill up your entire essence. And then once you do that, you want to bookmark that feeling with either like a mantra or a phrase, like I am powerful. So that's really good for people who are tuned in with their hearing, their auditory learners. Or you can literally just touch your horse's mane, or even just bring your fingertips together.
Mm-hmm.
That's good for the kinesthetic learners. Or you can actually look at your horse's ears, and that's good for the visual learners, right? So you have those three, or you can put them all together. I am powerful, touch your horse's mane, look at their ears, and then bam, 1, 2, 3. Those are your bookmarks to bring yourself back into your confident, amazing self in that moment.
And I use a similar technique in the weight loss journey. The other way horses are fantastic is, they teach you about connection. And many of us live in our heads right now. Technology requires it. The speed of life right now in society requires it. And horses don't do that. They live in their hearts. And so they're very connection oriented, and you must be connected within yourself in order to release the weight. Otherwise, it's just sort of a restrict and willpower thing. So you can watch your horse and be connected with your horse and transfer that feeling to your weight loss journey. So the horses are really, really where I get a lot of inspiration for what I do.
What advice do you find yourself repeating to your clients?
Write it down. Write down what you eat. Plan your meals. Get your prefrontal cortex involved in meal planning. And what is your why? Why do you want to do this? What is the thing that's going to anchor you when times get hard? And I'm always going back to that. What's your why? Sugar is a big issue.
Yes.
With almost everyone. And you can't live life without pleasure. But is sugar really pleasurable when you look at the cost of it to your body? And wouldn't it be better to have real pleasures like connection and self-love and various other things in life that don't have a net negative consequence? And what are you really looking for when you are eating sugar or just overeating? What is the real need? Are you really hungry? Have you ever really felt hunger in this day and age? Those are some things that we talk about.
Okay, so what else do you think makes your program unique?
I am a very curious person, and that's why I was a journalist. And I'm also a very, very deep listener. And I'm not afraid of difficult subjects. And I don't really, as a person, enjoy surface conversations. So when you work with me, we get so deep, so fast, and you're completely safe. And most people have never had that experience before of being fully supported and loved and talking about things that they may never even have really thought about before. things that are buried deep in themselves. It's not therapy. I don't mean I'm not a therapist. Coaching is going forward, but we have to uncover what's there in order to go forward, what the obstacle is. So that's one way it's very different. It's just, that's my special sauce, is my ability to draw important things out of people and ask the right questions.
I would agree. Some of your journal prompts have been some of my favorite that I've ever experienced. So it's really cool to get yourself to really slow down and think about what you're doing.
Thank you. The other thing I think that is different about my program is the focus on emotional overeating. Now that's out there for sure in other venues, but because that was my issue, I had all these big emotions and nobody ever taught me what to do with them. And I think largely in society, we aren't really taught what to do with our big emotions if we're empathic or just really passionate. And so in my program, in a very gentle way, we learn how to process those emotions. And sometimes I'm helping someone through that, and they may not even realize what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing. So that may be part of my special sauce too, is helping people learn about how to handle their emotions in a constructive rather than destructive way.
And that's what makes you such a beautiful guide with all of this too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. What do you wish people would ask you?
I wish people would ask me, it's not so much what I wish people would ask me, but I wish what they didn't have to ask me. And that is, people are beautiful, women are beautiful, people are beautiful, no matter what weight they are. People are worthy, no matter what weight they are. And if we could just get there in life, none of this would be necessary.
That's beautiful. I mean, I think saying that really helps people understand that they can accept themselves, and acceptance is so important with every part of your journey. Even if you feel like you need to be lighter for your horse, and some people do on a very real level, and once they do start to lighten up, then their horses can move better and they can both be happier athletes. But the key is not to beat yourself up about it, right?
Right. And weight is a very sensitive subject. And I too have felt that with my horse, one of my horses, that I was too heavy for her, and wouldn't take pictures when I was with her, and those sorts of things. So I completely get the feelings that go on, and wish that none of those things were the case for anyone at all.
Totally. And it would just be amazing if we had that shift in perspective, and if we all started to actually love ourselves more, then we could send all that love out to the world. And ooh, what a different world that would be, huh?
Yes, we do need that. As much love as possible for our animals and for the humans.
Absolutely. So do you have any advice for equestrians who feel a little bit stuck in their weight loss journey?
Come work with me. And I would say, get rid of the diet mentality and make it a lifestyle. That's the only thing that works. Don't try to overthink it and make it difficult on yourself. To only do things that are actually sustainable. Don't go on the cabbage diet and only eat cabbage and think that that's going to work. Sure, you'll lose weight, but you'll gain it right back in some more. And that's what happens so often. So I would just tell people to not be in such a hurry to lose weight, and to be reasonable and think about how they feed their horse. They're not going to do something drastic like that to their horse. Treat themselves as well as they treat their horse.
Ooh, that's a great point. So especially if you think of like the opposite, say you have a thoroughbred that's super thin, you can't just throw all the food at them and expect them to like get their ideal weight within a week. I mean, it's going to take time.
Right.
What 3 things would you like the horse world to know?
Treat yourself as well as you treat your horses. Your horse is a mirror of you. And love is always the answer to any problem.
Well, that gave me chills. Thank you so much, Nicole.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Nicole, thank you so much for being here. How can people get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me on Facebook in a new Facebook community, that a group I've created called Heads, Hearts, and Horses Weight Loss Community. Please join if you have a horse and if you have some pounds to lose.
Well, that's fantastic. And I will be sure to put a link to that group in the description of this podcast. So I hope to see you in there. I will definitely join.
Oh, great, great. Thank you, Beth.
Thank you, Nicole. And I really appreciate you being here. It's been amazing to work with you, and I can't wait for more equestrians to discover your amazing coaching program.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to work with you too. And this was fun today. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll close out by saying, may the horse be with you always. I hope you enjoyed that interview. If you have ideas for other ones, please feel free to reach out to me at inspiredriding.com. Remember to lead with kindness for yourself and for your horse. Thank you so much for listening, and may the horse be with you always.